and we're going to do an introduction. Welcome to SNAC. And in honor of Autism Awareness Month, we are having this particular meeting today. And we are super excited because all of you are participating. And the objective of the meeting is to learn all about the different programs and services that we have together and see how we can help one another and collaborate and learn from one another. So I'm your host today. My name's Jamie Sabato. I'm the Executive Director for the Unicorn Children's Foundation. And I am going to ask that everyone, when you're presenting, I will give you the co-host. I will make you co-host. And if we could all hold our questions to the end, that would be phenomenal. We're also going to be recording this session. So if you would like to come back and visit it, you absolutely can. And you can also use it as a great point of reference. So without further ado, I would like to hand it off to, let's see, I'm just going to go down the list according to my screen with Miss Carly Werner.
Hi, everyone. My name is Carly Werner, and I am the, can you hear me? Yeah, you can hear me? Yeah, okay. Hi, everyone. My name is Carly Werner, and I am the Director of Education over at Boca School for Autism. I'm going to share my screen now. Okay, so present.
Carly, we're actually just doing introductions first.
Oh, sorry about that.
No, that's okay. I just want everyone to introduce themselves, and then you can, I love that you're eager and you're biting at the bit. We're so excited. So I'm just going to pass it over to now. So when you introduce yourself, if you could just tell us who you are and who you are representing and your role and your title, that would be great. So thank you, Carly, for that. Deanna Sierra, you're up next.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome. My name is Deanna Sierra. I'm logging in with Carly Werner. We are representing Boca School for Autism. So thank you, everybody, for joining today.
Thank you so much, Deanna. And next up is Erica San.
I'm Erica San. I'm a lawyer at the Legal Aid Society of Palm Beach County in the Education Advocacy Project. So we help students with special needs access their education.
Thank you. And next up I have is Nicole Lembo.
Hi, everyone. I'm Nicole. I am the family navigator with Unicorn Children's Foundation. So it's my job to connect families with resources in the community like your amazing agencies.
Thank you so much. Next, I have Kevin McCormick.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Kevin McCormick. I am the Director of ESE for the School District of Palm Beach County.
Thank you very much. Next, we have Allie Walford.
Hey, everybody. My name is Allie Walford, and I am now the co-director of PEN. I have help. Yay! And we are the Parent Training Information Center from the Federal Department of Education, and our catchment is 12 counties, including you guys.
Oh, that's amazing. Thank you. Thank you for being with us today. I have Melissa Carman up next.
Hi, everyone. I'm Melissa Carman from Connections Education Center of the Palm Beaches, and I'm the Director of Education here.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. Thanks, Melissa. Thanks for being here. Nicole DeFlorio, you're up next.
Hi, everyone. I'm Nicole DeFlorio. I'm the Director of Transition and Family Services at Palm Beach School for Autism in Lake Worth.
Excellent. Thank you. Thanks for being with us. Scott Frank, you're up next. I think you just have to unmute.
There, got it.
There you go.
Okay,
Thanks.
just took me a second. Hi, everybody. I'm Scott Frank. I'm with Career Source Palm Beach County. I'm the one-stop operator. We do quite a few things. We help companies staff. We help people find employment. We also assist people in training grants. We work with a couple of your organizations as well. My job, which I'm new to in this capacity, is connecting each of our partners with us and with each other to basically get an inventory of supportive services that we can all utilize. So glad to be
Excellent.
here.
Well, we're happy that you joined us, so thank you. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
And next up is Duane Meeks.
Hello, I'm Duane Meeks. I'm from Potentia Academy, and we're a middle high school not-for-profit exclusively for unique learners, most of whom are on the autism spectrum.
Okay, thank you. And next, I know we have Noemi Cruz, who's our assistant here, and she's our right and left hand over at Unicorn Children's Foundation. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hello, my name is Noemi. I'm the office manager for Unicorn Children's Foundation. I assist Jamie and also Carly with all the administrative work.
Thank you so much, Noemi, for being here.
Yeah.
And next we have Pamela Ludwick.
Hi, everybody. My name's Pamela Ludwick. I'm part of Connections High School and Vocational Center, and I'm the director of high school and adult services here.
Oh, fantastic. That's wonderful. Thank you for being here. Jennifer Harris, you're up next.
Hi, everybody. I'm Jennifer Harris, special needs advocate / database specialist at 211. We're supposed to be hiring for a new special needs advocate soon, but stay tuned.
Okay. Well, you'll keep us up to date with that. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
And then we have Angela Fisher. I don't know if she would like to say hello.
Yes, hello everyone. I am the president of Unicorn Children's Foundation. I apologize for not being on camera. I'm getting from point A to point B, but I'm happy to be here. And I just left an Impact 100 luncheon. So talk about a powerhouse of a luncheon. Wow, amazing individuals there that I heard about a lot of different nonprofits, and it was just incredible. So I'm happy to be here.
Thank you. Thanks for joining us. Thank you. Next up, we have Kim Harris.
Hello. I'm not sure if you're going to be able to hear me, but I'll try.
You're great.
Good. All right. So my name is Kimberly Harris. I'm the intake specialist at Vocational Rehabilitation in Unit 21D. They used to be Lake Worth office.
Fantastic. Thank you for joining us today, Kimberly.
You're welcome.
Destiny, you are up next. All you have to do is unmute yourself.
Hello, my name is Destiny Rawls. I'm also an education attorney at Legal Aid with Erica.
Fantastic. Thank you. Thank you both for joining us. Tracy Perez, you're up next.
Thank you. Hi, everybody. I'm Tracy Perez, the Regional Executive Director for the Center for Hearing and Communication. We provide all services to the deaf and hard of hearing community, and we are looking to support Palm Beach's deaf and hard of hearing community. So thank you for having me.
Thank you so much, Tracy. Next up, we have Mary Ellen Quinlaney.
Good afternoon, everyone. Mary Ellen Quinlaney, Director for FAU CARD. Nice to see everyone.
Nice to see you too. I see you all the time, but we don't ever get to talk because we're always in this sort of forum. So thank you so much for coming. Amanda Stone, you're up next.
Hi, my name is Amanda Stone. I'm the Chief Program Officer at HomeSafe for Entry and Growing Smart. Thank you for having me.
Thank you, Amanda. Thanks for being here. Next, I have Nikki Garetsas.
Hi, this is Nikki Karatzis. I am with Behavioral Family Solutions. We provide ABA therapy for children in the Broward, Miami, and Palm Beach school systems and in their homes. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for being here. Next, we have Jean Malaco.
Hello, I'm here representing Family Care Council number 9, Palm Beach County.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for being with us, Jean. And then we have Stephanie Panoia.
Hi, I am with the Coalition for Independent Living Options. I am the Educational and Transition Specialist, and thank you all for having me.
Thank you for joining us, Stephanie. Next, we have Rachel Baker Blackwell. You're up next.
Hi, I'm Rachel Baker Blackwell, and I work for the Department of Health as a Title V program specialist.
Fantastic. Thank you for joining us. And then I have Stephanie Panaya again, but I don't know if this is a different person, maybe signed in as her name.
Yeah, for whatever reason, I did not get the link. I couldn't find it today. So Stephanie forwarded it to me. So it's Amber Lott. I'll fix that. I didn't realize that was me. I'm the director of FAA funded programs, including our LEAP program, which is our learning and education advocacy for Silo.
Fantastic. Thank you. Thank you for joining us. Let's see. I don't know. I have Kelly Kearney. You're up next.
Hi. I just lost internet briefly in my office.
No worries.
I'm with FA's Academy for Community Inclusion, post-secondary program for adults with ID, currently accepting applications if you know anyone who might be interested in the program.
Fantastic. And that's precisely why we're here today. So this is really helpful. Thank you. And then we have Sippy Rosen. You're up next.
Hi. Hold on. I'll put my video on. Hi, I'm Tippy Rosen. I'm a special needs community liaison at Ruth and Norman Rails Jewish Family Services.
Excellent. Thank you for being here. Thank you. The next person, I think, might be the last person. So it's Marlene Sotelo.
Hi, I am Marlene Sotelo, and I'm the Executive Director of the Els for Autism Foundation. Thanks for having me.
Thank you. Thanks for being here. I believe I received everyone. If you did not get the opportunity to introduce yourself, please do me a favor. Let me know that you're here. Unmute yourself because there are so many of us. So, Destiny, did you introduce yourself?
I did.
Okay. All right. So give me a thumbs up if I got everybody. Excellent. Okay. So today, as you know, we're hosting this event. We have a couple of questions for you, and hopefully when you are giving the presentations, you'll be able to tell us a little bit and share a little bit about the location of your facility, the cost, the total number of students, the eligibility criteria, academic supports, extracurricular activities, etc. If you have any current waiting lists, and maybe the intake process and any open houses perhaps that you might have available. Please let us know so this way we can share the information, and really any features that make your program unique and stand out in the county. We're here to share and to collaborate and to support one another. So with that being said, I'm going to ask Anne, the Executive Director, and Nicole DeFlorio from Director of Transition and Family Services at Palm Beach School for Autism. You are up first. So I have already let you share the screen.
I was trying to share screen, but it's telling me that you've disabled that. So I need you to.
Okay, so bear with me 1 second.
Okay.
Let's just see. Are you able to?
Yes. Okay.
Excellent. Thank you.
You did it.
Well done.
Okay, now I just need to move our box so that you're not in my way. Okay, so Palm Beach School for Autism is a public charter school. I'm still trying to move us. There we go. So we're a public charter school. We're located in Lake Worth. I have our mission statement here, but we are under the umbrella of Palm Beach School District. We serve children with autism from ages 3 through 22. So we go from pre-K up through 22 years old. Like I just said, we have approximately 380 students, and roughly every classroom has 8 to 12 students with 1 teacher and 2 teacher assistants. In order to be eligible for our programs, preschool, you have to either have ASD or a related disability listed as your primary, but after preschool, you have to have ASD listed as the primary eligibility on the current IEP. We have a rolling enrollment, and wait list is determined depending upon what classroom that you would be suited for. All of our programs, all of our classrooms have integrated supports daily. We have an amazing team of speech and language pathologists. We have occupational therapists that are divided between the lower levels and middle and through transition. We have physical therapists on staff, and we have an entire team of BCBAs. Finally, we have some great supports for our students. The behavior is integrated in everything that we do. We integrate the community into everything that we do for our students. So unfortunately, our elementary students don't get to go out on the community as often as our middle and high school and transition students. But here you can see one of our students playing a guitar. We have a fantastic partnership with Arts for All from the Therapeutic Rec program. And so we have students going there for music and movement. And then you see one of our classrooms with our school bus going out to do something really fun for their community-based instruction. So we try to integrate everything in the community with all of our levels. So here we see some goat yoga. I did not get invited to the goat yoga, unfortunately. We have goat yoga. We go to the zoo. They do all sorts of things. Tri-rail, lunch, historical society, beach cleanups, you name it. Our students are out there doing it in the community. And when we don't have students, not everybody can go in the community because of transportation issues. We have the community come to us. So we have a middle picture there. We partner with Bonafide Therapy Dogs. And every month we have a whole team of therapy dogs that come in and visit our students. And we bring other community partners in as well. For our high school and middle school as well, we have a vocational training program on campus, and we do off campus as well. So some of the examples of things that we do on campus, we're creating jobs for every level of our students. So everything from clean living crew and doing recycling and some maintenance to running the snack cart to working in our cafe, delivering lunch forms, fulfillment work. We bring in stuff that needs to be put together for different community members. We make ice packs for the nurse. You name it, we're trying to figure out something we can do on campus that will challenge our students. We work with our amazing job coaches that we have here. And we also go out in the community. So our high school has many different partnerships for vocational training in the community. Here you see just a few of them. We're at Publix, the Soup Kitchen, Pet Supplies Plus, Walgreens. We go to the food bank, Burlington. We're all over the place. You're bound to run into us if you're in Lake Worth. We also have life skills training on campus. So here you see 2 of our students in our downstairs apartment. They're doing dishes. They're learning how to do dishes. They're learning how to load a dishwasher, vacuum, fold laundry, also do laundry, washer, dryer, and so on. So we're trying to get everything when it comes to living, learning, working, integrated into our programs. After high school, we have Project Next, which is our transition program, which opened about 5 or 6 years ago. It opened before COVID. That's my timeline before and after COVID. So Project Next, you have to be in deferment status in order to attend Project Next. So you have your high school diploma, but you're in deferment. It's a hospitality and culinary vocational training program. And Project Next has 3 different tiers, so to speak. So there's SLE, which is our students who need the most support. So those would be the students that would be in the adult world, maybe a 1-to-3 ratio in an adult program. Then we have our partial transition and our full transition program. The partial transition, our students need a moderate level of support. Those students are working either in our cafe on campus 3 days a week, and then out in the community 1 day a week with one of our community partners. And then they do a community-based instruction once a week. One of those groups goes out every other week right now for work, but as they develop more skills, they will go out more frequently. And then we have our full transition group, which is working in the community 4 days a week. And then they also do a community-based instruction as well weekly. Those students also get to rotate through our cafe. The Project Next program also does daily living skills. So their culinary program is not to turn out chefs, it's to turn out individuals who can cook for themselves, who may be employable in a restaurant setting, but primarily want to make sure that they can take care of their own needs. So we're teaching them food safety, basic food prep, and how to make their beds, how to do their laundry, how to actually be able to live as independent as they can. And Project Next also has a leisure and recreation component when they go out for their community-based instruction. Again, they're jet setting all around Palm Beach County. So they're going to museums and lunches and historical societies and so on. So here you see a little bit of our on-campus vocational and living skills training for Project Next. What I was kind of sad, I didn't have a picture of, we have a mock hotel room. We have 2 beds, the dresser, the whole 9 yards, which we got donated. So we're teaching the students how to flip a hotel room, but it's also the skill of being able to make your own bed. We have tables and chairs and stuff set down there so they can set tables, clear tables, a commercial washer dryer. So they're learning how to do their laundry there as well. The pictures that you're seeing on the screen is from our culinary program. So we have a full training kitchen that we partnered with Duffy's, and they helped us design the kitchen and pick out what equipment we needed. And again, we're teaching students food prep. Some of them are learning how to cook. We adapt everything for the various levels. The students that are in our supported program with our most significant needs, our chef will go up into their classrooms and they'll do some demonstrations and food safety lessons up there. But otherwise, you see they're working the front of the house, they're working the back of the house of the cafe. Project Next has a huge community-based vocational component also. So we are doing a variety of tasks out in the community. We partner with multiple Duffy's, Outback, a couple of different hotels, the Hyatt, Wycliffe Country Club. So they're learning how to work in the retail store at Wycliffe, the library, they're working on the tennis courts, they're working in their catering area. So we have a lot of different things that they're doing there, and they just keep expanding. And of course, they get to participate in recreation and leisure, because wouldn't life be boring if it was just work? So they also go and do a variety of different activities in the community. We offer a lot of family support and education here. So we have monthly cafe chats where our families are in. It's nothing that is formal. They can come on a monthly basis and they sit and they support each other. And this has grown to not only the parents that come here every month, but also they've now developed or started a WhatsApp where we have a bunch of our parents communicating regularly. It's wonderful. They get to share resources, empathize with each other, form friendships, and really support each other. We offer informational workshops to our families on a monthly basis. And then we also offer transition related services and other types of services where they have me assist them with finding community resources and connecting them to everything from vocational rehabilitation to helping with PalmTran connections to APD to finding resources for the littlest things that you may, dentists, doctors, whatever you might do. So thank you for your attention. I tried to not take up too much time. If you're interested in a tour or for intakes, you just have to call the phone number, talk to Melissa at the front desk, and she'll set you up with Anne. And so you have Anne's information there, our phone number, and then there's my email address. If you need anything, if you have any questions, feel free to shoot me an email. I'd be more than happy to help you.
Wow, that was wonderful. I think you did that in record time. That was outstanding.
I was going to say it's because I'm a grad school student, so I have to do presentations all the time.
Right. Right, you get it. I remember when I was, and it's just constant. You just get used to it, but it was wonderful. It was comprehensive, and I look forward to speaking to you also after after this presentation also at another time.
Did anybody have any questions for me? Is there anything? I hope I didn't go too fast for you.
No, I think it was great. You know what we're going to do, because we do have several presentations. If we could put any questions in the chat, that would be really welcomed. And then I would love to have a roundtable discussion after we get through all of the presentations, if that's okay with you.
Yes and no, it depends on what time that is. I have to pick my son up from middle school by 4, so I need to be out of here by 3:30.
Okay, so you know what? We're going to seize the moment right now, and we're going to go ahead. Are there any questions for Nicole? It's a wonderful, spectacular program that you have. I congratulate you.
Thank you.
We have one more person coming in. So if there are any additional questions, I know that you have to pick up your child, so I don't want to keep you.
I'll be here, hang out till 3:30, but.
Okay, all right. Excellent. Thank you so much, Nicole. We appreciate the presentation. You did a great job. Thanks. So next we actually have Dr. Meeks, and he is the president and the CEO of Potentia. And Dr. Meeks, you are up. I think you just have to.
Thank you.
Okay, excellent.
And can I share my screen?
I think you should be able to. Let me just.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you.
Got to move my bar here so I can start the presentation. So, Potentia Academy, we have not done this on Zoom before. So
no worries, we're patient.
Our mission is to empower students with unique learning challenges and abilities to lead their to reach their full learning potential and acquire the living, social, and job skills necessary to transition to independent living. So we started this school, my wife and I started this school in 2009. We had a son, this is a little back history, who, because of a medical diagnosis when he was very young, 6 months old, and because he had to go through chemo starting at the age of 4.5 for 16 months, both the medical diagnosis and one of the side effects of the chemo was learning challenges. And so we had been told over the years he was only going to be able to achieve a certain level of achievement academically. And my background is in higher education. I spent 35 years or so working at a university, and we are the type that just says, no, that's not sufficient. He went to Potentia, graduated there, took him a couple extra years. During his final semester, he attended a vocational school and took the test to become an EMT, the same test everybody else does nationally. Passed the test, has been to graduated now from Barry University's Fire Academy, and he has he's about to enter a candidate school with Palm Beach County Fire Rescue with a provisional offer to become a firefighter. His goal is to become a firefighter paramedic. So the philosophy that we used in his education through Potentia is the one that we try to apply to all students. If it's good enough for our son, it's good enough for everybody else. So we're located in central Palm Beach County. Melaleuca Lane is what 6th Avenue South and Lake Worth turns into at Congress Avenue. We were incorporated in 2009. We are a private, not-for-profit. We're exclusively for unique learners. We have 501c3 status with the IRS. Our annual tuition is $14,750. That's for the upcoming academic year. We just raised it from 14. It'll be only the 3rd time in the 14 years our school's been in existence that we've raised tuition. There is an additional $200 registration fee every year. And for those students who are in our transition program, there's a $1,000 fee only for those students. There are no other fees, no technology fee, no curriculum fee or anything like that. However, our parents do have to bear the cost of uniform purchases and if there's a field trip or a special event. We participate, I know it's being, the legislature is changing all this, but we currently participate in all 4 of the state scholarships, the FESUA, FESUEO, the Florida Tax Credit, and the Hope Scholarship. We have a limited number of institutional scholarships for students with limited incomes. We currently have an enrollment of 40 students. Our ratio to student-teacher ratio is 10-to-1 to full-time teachers. 80 to 85% are on the autism spectrum. Most come to us 2 or 3 years below grade level, particularly in math and reading, and almost all of our students in some other school or in some other venue or it's somehow have been bullied in the past. They come to us often with significant self-esteem issues, and our goal is to bring them back up to grade level so that they can graduate with a standard high school diploma. 2/3 of our graduates do go on to college or university. About 1/3 of them opt for either vocational school or technical training or transition directly into a career. Our admission criteria, essentially we, through various testing, we have to have the ability that they could graduate with a regular high school diploma. And if they're given the right learning environment, they have to fit with one of our current intellectual levels. We only accept students that we believe that we can help succeed academically. We're not driven by profit. We're not part of a chain. We're not for profit. And therefore, we're really under no pressure to accept anybody that we can't help. If we can't help them, if we can't do for them what we were able to do for our son, we believe there's a better place for them. And often we'll refer them to some of the, like Palm Beach School for Autism, some of the partners here in this meeting. We do not accept students with behavior problems defined as persistent uncontrolled behaviors that create a learning environment that is unsafe or disrupts the learning of other students. If that's their challenge, we believe there's a better environment for them with an agency or a school that's better equipped. And we don't handle students with a history of, or we don't accept students with a history of bullying. We ask parents in the admissions process to invest 2 or 3 hours to come and sit in on the classes. We want them to see what happens in our classroom, see what level our students are at in the various academic levels, the various learning levels. We are totally transparent in that regard, and we believe our parents have the best understanding of where their students at, what's an appropriate environment for them. After a consultation with the principal, then we ask prospective students to come in and sit in for 3 days to a week, to sit in on classes with our current students, demonstrate where they are behaviorally, and take a series of low stress assessments to determine what their academic level is and whether we can serve them well. After the consultation with the teachers who have observed the student for that trial period, if the student's a good candidate, the principal will extend an offer to the parents, who are then welcome to submit a registration application. Our enrollment for the upcoming school year is capped at 45 students. There's not a current waiting list, but we expect there will be one by sometime in the summer. Depending on the timing, the successful completion of a current infrastructure project, that cap may be raised during the academic year, and we do accept student transfers. Ideally, students either, if they're going to come to Potentia during the school year, they're going to come at the beginning of a new semester or the beginning of a new quarter, but we'll accept them anytime. And then the following year, 2024-25, we expect our enrollment will be 70 to 75 students. Our transition program is called CREST, College and Careers Readiness Education for Students in Transition. It focuses on these 6 areas, some of which mirrors what our friends at the Palm Beach School of Autism are doing. Financial literacy, career exploration. They take aptitude tests and learn and discover what they like to do the best. Digital technology, college prep and career readiness, health and well-being, and independent living skills, including things like doing your own budgeting, doing your own shopping, navigating transportation, etc. Our recipe, what we call a recipe for success, is a safe, nurturing learning environment with a 0 tolerance for bullying. We set high expectations for student achievement. We believe it is hard to underestimate, or it's easy to underestimate, hard to overestimate what one of these students can achieve. We, for example, had a student come to us whose IEP said that they would never do double-digit arithmetic. She passed high school algebra, and she's at Palm Beach State right now. Every time we raise the bar of expectations for our students, they surprise us and exceed it. And so we want them to literally reach their full learning potential without any preconceptions on them of what they could achieve. We have small class sizes. We insist on a high degree of teacher-student engagement, specialized curricula. Classes move at a slower pace. My background being in higher ed, we don't look at matriculation through high school like 6 courses a year for 4 years. Students accumulate the right number of credits in the right subjects, and they graduate with their high school diploma. So if it takes them 3 semesters to get through Algebra 1, that's what it takes to get through Algebra 1. Most of our students stay a year or 2, or sometimes 3 years longer, but they get the same high school diploma with we follow the state standards with the same learning outcomes, and we are adamantly opposed to grade inflation. They take the time and they actually learn the material and master the outcomes. Of course, our students are eligible under Title I to receive math and tutoring, or math and reading tutoring after school, and as well as some ESC readings and speech and language therapy. That happens after school between 3 and 4. They're not pullouts during the day. We do dual enrollment with Palm Beach State. And as you can see, our graduates have gone on to these institutions, Palm Beach State, Beacon College up in Leesburg, Florida Atlantic, Lynn, University of Central Florida, and Mercyhurst. And I'll be happy to take questions anytime now or later.
Sorry about that, folks. Dr. Meeks, that was wonderful. That was a fantastic presentation. I was having little technical difficulties there for a second. I am excited because I didn't realize how much Potentia did. So this was really an eye-opening experience for me as well. I'm going to ask if everyone wouldn't mind sharing their presentations as well, because then we can actually offer them when we do our cafe meets here, and then just continue to share it with others as well. So that's the goal. All right, thank you, Dr. Meeks. And again, we have some questions. Where is it located?
Central Palm Beach County, Malaluca Lane, just west of Military Trails, between Military and Haverhill. So we're almost immediately west of Lake Worth Beach.
Right. You know, I really enjoyed, I saw that you had a map on there too. So that would be really helpful if you can share the presentation, and then we can all refer back to it. And also, Nicole, if you can as well, that would be terrific. Thank you.
I'd be glad to.
Yes. Okay, so next up is Melissa Carman and Pam Ludwick from the Center of Palm Beaches. So you are up. Let me just make sure that you are shared on the screen. Do you have access?
I think so.
Excellent.
Maybe. You're better at this than I am. Sorry, I'm not too familiar with Zoom.
No, that's okay.
There you go. Get your password. I'm sorry, we're having a technical.
No worries.
Glitch.
Do you want us to come back to you?
We might, oh, yeah.
We have to leave. Sorry, our security settings won't allow us to share without restarting our Zoom.
Okay, so how about we do this? How about you go out and then come back? Because I think that would be probably the best thing, and then maybe get permission from the security, and then we can go on.
I think we fixed it. We just have to go out to come back in real quickly.
Okay, do you want to go out and come back in?
Yep. We'll be back.
Okay. Go for it. Okay, so while we're waiting for them, are there any questions? Are there any input, anything that anyone would like to say in the meantime? We can go on to the next one, but I don't know how long it's going to take them to come in here. So, oh, Allie, would you like to say something? Yeah.
Yeah, just a quick question for Dr. Meeks. Does your school work with children that struggle with dyslexia? Do you have some kind of evidence-based program with that kind of reading, or is that out of your scope?
We have students that are dyslexic, and we do our best to serve them. They usually have a secondary, or that is usually their secondary diagnosis. The primary diagnosis is usually autism, something on the autism spectrum. We have several teachers that are fairly well expert in dyslexia, but we don't have any program that specifically, or any type of class environment that is specifically designed to address dyslexia.
Okay, thank you. That's one of the biggest questions we get, is alternatives to public schools. So we run a thin line because we support public schools, but if it's not working for the families, then we try and get them into the direction of other things that do work for them. So thank you.
You're welcome.
That was a great question. Thank you. I think you girls are, you ladies are great to go. So take it away.
All right.
All right. Well, we have kind of a unique situation. We have a charter school that is pre-K to middle school. That is obviously the charter. The high school is 14 to 22, and we are a private school. We also have an adult program for 22 and over. So Melissa's the director of the Connections Charter School, and I'm the director of the high school. So we're gonna kind of divvy this up a little bit and work together, so.
Great.
Okay. All right. So downstairs, we call it downstairs because our charter school is on our first floor. Like Pam said, we service kids 3 through 14 or pre-K through 8th grade. We are a public school with the Palm Beach County School District. Our ratio is 3 to 1. All of our classrooms have a max of 10 students for our middle school, and then our pre-K through 5th grade has a max students of 8. We are located in central West Palm, right by the Kennel Club and the airport. We currently have 88 students in our charter school program.
In our high school program, we have 25 students, and then in our adult program, we have 12 clients. So we take the Step Up for Students scholarship for the high school, and we accept med waiver for the adult program.
All right. So our mission is to empower our students with autism and related disabilities to learn academic, social, vocational skills, and independent living skills using evidence-based strategies and a family-centered approach. Our vision is we envision a world where everyone is given an opportunity to achieve their full potential and where students with autism can access specialized care and support that they need to become productive members of our families and communities. Like the other two schools, we do a lot of community-based instruction as well. Our students, all grades, leave campus and go out into the community. Here is our leadership team. I wanted to move on to here, our health and wellness program. We do a health and wellness program, which consists of PE, nutrition, and swimming. Since drowning is the #1 cause of death within our population, we started a swimming program many years ago. Our students go swimming once a week for a one-on-one swim instructor with one of our 3 certified swim instructors. We have a PE program where our kids downstairs get PE twice a week with a certified fitness instructor, as well as we employ 2 special needs adults that also help out and teach our PE classes on the charter school. And then we have health and wellness program where we introduce new foods to our students, but we also teach them kitchen skills like cutting, cleaning, spreading, and preparing the foods, and which they are able to also try. And then upstairs, our health and wellness program is a little bit different. If you
Yeah,
want
so we kind of took the health and wellness program and kind of made it a focus of our entire high school program. So we do it a little bit differently upstairs. They have, our high schoolers have homerooms, and then they rotate through 4 different classrooms for 35 minutes each day. We have a health and wellness room that again is working on different food groups. There's a new food every week, and they work on new recipes and skills in that particular room. We have a social life room that they're working on their leisure skills, they're working on playing games, doing gift wrapping, doing different art projects. Then we have a gym that student is in where they work on a different muscle group each day. They have a warm up, then targeted muscle group, and then they'll cool down. We've had that particular student has lost like 30 pounds this year due to dietary change and exercise. So we're really proud of making that the forefront, especially for the older population. And then we have apartment living that is working on skills such as making the bed, folding clothes, hanging clothes, sweeping, cleaning, all those things. So they rotate 35 minutes each for each class. And then the afternoon is more functional academics. So this is a really big part of our school, high school and the lower school.
And then you want to talk about
Yeah,
this?
so we had the opportunity to work with extraordinary charities. We had 8 of our high schoolers and adults go over to extraordinary charities it was about a 2-month program. It was amazing to watch our high schoolers and adult clients learn real culinary skills. They then put on a presentation for their families, and it was just such a really cool experience that we will continue on for those one. They got such a good response. They were, they had some restaurants that were interested in, hiring some of our students and clients. So something that we'd like to continue to collaborate with them on as well. And like this, the vocational program we are also working with AllTag. We work on security tags. We also are working with Peggy Adams to measure dog food for their pantry. So we're also working on in-house, jobs for our students and, trying to expand and give them some opportunities to contribute to the community.
We've also started, we have a few vocational rooms up here on the 2nd floor that we have started to allow our middle school students to come up and use. So our vocational program has also trickled down into our elementary and middle school classrooms. The other thing we do offer camps. We offer before and after care. We offer all camps for all breaks except for Thanksgiving. So winter break, spring break, and summer. We're pretty much open year round. And we do have a wait list for our elementary school and our high school and our adult program. And we just really feel that we fill our open spaces due obviously on the grade that we have an open space, and we like every student in our school to have a peer match. So that's another way that we accept our students.
Yeah, and in the adult program, we're trying to use it. We guarantee that if they're in the high school, that they would have a spot for the adult program. So we're very particular. We get calls and tours and regarding that all the time. We meet with them, we kind of explain the process, but we're, really trying to save the room for, our graduates. So it's been really cool for our families to continue on and be part of that program. But because there's such a need in the area for that particular program.
And anybody is welcome at any time for a tour. We can just call. Parents and the community is able to request a tour through our website, and parents are able to also apply to our schools through our website. And I think we covered it all.
That was fantastic. Even despite that little glitch in the beginning.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Great recovery, ladies. That was wonderful. Thank you. I just have a quick question. How many students do you have presently?
Presently, in our charter school, we have 88 students.
Okay, great.
In the high school, there's 25. And then, like I said, in the adult program, there's 12 clients.
Okay. Are there any questions?
I'm wondering, I have questions about the adult program, but I'm wondering if you can maybe put your email in the chat and I can just connect with you because I don't want to.
Absolutely.
No, but you can please feel free. I wanted to make sure that everyone had the opportunity, and I didn't want to interfere with any of the presentations, but I know that you have to leave. So please, I would love to hear the question because I think all of us would probably like to hear it.
So for your 22 plus program, what's the criteria, and do you take anybody that does have behaviors, or what's the ratio? And you said there were 12 students in there now.
Correct. So right now we've had a hard time finding behavior services, so we're just getting that linked up now. I know with AP, it's been just really complicated to get that link. So that's what we're working on currently. We did find a provider that's willing to provide those services. So right now the criteria has been just students that have graduated our program. I've met and toured with others, but it's just a complicated thing. We've only brought in 2 additional families, but again, just kind of hand selected, perfect match kind of situation. We are looking at the possibility of doing some part-time clients, because if they're not there, we don't get paid. So we're trying to fill the gap with maybe a couple part-time clients moving forward.
So no plans soon to open it up?
Not currently. Our space only holds, so much. And, right now I have 1 graduate. The next year I have 5, then, so it can double within the next couple of years very quickly.
Okay. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Are there any other questions? Well, ladies, thank you. And we'll continue this dialogue and the conversation. So we'll definitely do that. Next up, we have Carly Werner, and we also have Deanna Sierra. And I think you ladies are up, and they are from Boca School for Autism.
Yes, I'm going to share my screen right now.
Excellent.
Okay, let me present. How do I present? Here we go. Awesome. Hold on, sorry. There we go. Can everyone see this? Hey, good afternoon, everyone. I am the Director of Education over at Boca School for Autism. And this is...
I'm Deanna Sierra. I'm the Transition Coordinator here at Boca School for Autism.
So Boca School for Autism is a middle and high school for students with autism and related learning and behavior differences. We're located in the Unicorn Connection Center on the FAU Research Park campus, and we're opening in August 2023. So our mission at BSA is to ensure that all students receive a well-planned, successful education experience in a safe and nurturing environment, which enables them to reach their goals and empowers them to participate and contribute meaningfully to their community. So our instruction here is directed toward longitudinal lifelong planning. So our teachers create independent, self-determined students through a combination of evidence-based practices, included ABA, relationship principles, universal design practices, and executive functioning instruction. So some of the things that we wanted to highlight that we will be doing at BSA is we're going to be hiring highly skilled and trained teachers and clinicians. So on staff here at BSA, we're going to have our teachers for all content areas, speech language pathology, occupational therapy, and behavioral therapy as well. We're going to have small classroom sizes. So we'll have 6 students, 1 teacher, and 1 teaching assistant per classroom. We're going to be using a transdisciplinary approach. So this is to ensure that everything is being infused throughout the entire day. So if they have a service, the service providers will be pushing into the classroom so that our speech goals are being infused into academic time and our fine motor goals are being infused. We really want to ensure that they're really getting all of these skills infused throughout the entire day. We're completely individualizing all of the students' plans and goals, and I'll discuss that a little bit more in the next few slides. Another thing we're going to be doing is our daily faculty meeting. So after the students leave every day, we're going to be having meetings where either we're doing professional development or trainings, or we'll be hosting those transdisciplinary meetings. We're going to be offering a variety of different evidence-based curriculum here, and that's going to really be tailored to meet each student's needs. We'll also be providing ongoing assessment to monitor progress, make sure that if a student is struggling with something, then we can tailor their program and make adjustments if need be. And everything is going to be data-driven here, so we can hold ourselves accountable and make sure that all of our students are making progress to their full potential. And we're going to have a very high level of parent engagement, which I'll also get to. So our individualized transdisciplinary education plan, or our ITEP, which is similar to the IEP, is really going to be all encompassing of all of the student skills. So, we'll have goals for all of the content areas in academics. We're also going to be having communication goals, social, emotional, and behavioral goals, sensory goals, fine and gross motor goals, and also goals for our electives. So art and music and physical education. We really want to ensure that the students are reaching their goals in all areas that are being infused throughout the entire day. So our student profile here, we are going to be offering 2 different types of pathways here at BSA. So one of our pathways is our diploma bound pathway. So this is for our middle and high school students who are either on or right below grade level, and they're going to be following the Florida BEST standards. So the curriculum is going to meet and exceed the Florida Department of Education standards. And they will get a diploma at the end. And then our other pathway is for our students who are going to be in the skills and achievement pathway. So this is for our students who are below grade level and might need a little bit more support. And so they will be working to meet their ITEP goals. They're going to be learning functional academics and daily living skills throughout the day. And at the end, they will receive a BSA certificate of completion. So I just wanted to show you what a sample day would look like for our middle and high school students. And what I want to highlight here is that at 8:30, our students will come in and they will all have a check-in homeroom time. So this is really where our students will talk about their expectations for the day, set goals for themselves for the day. They will get to, build that rapport with that pod that they're with every single day. And they will also check out in that same homeroom every day, which is really important because it builds routine for them, it builds self-esteem. And then another thing that I wanted to point out here is that once students reach the high school level, they will be off campus every day for about an hour and 20 minutes, and they will be getting experiences in different job sites. So as I mentioned before, they're going to have these homeroom times, both at check-in and check-out. This is to build organization skills, relationships with peers, independent skills, and it's to, really set a routine for them, which is very important. I'm going to let Deanna jump in here for the transition programs.
Similar, thank you, Carly. Similar to our other sister schools nearby, we are going to be planning for the high school students a transition program. We'll be using universal design for transition. We mentioned earlier that students will, their academics and vocational skills will be infused. So as part of the program, the internship or on-the-job vocational opportunities will begin second semester, so January 2024, so that in the fall, we are working towards, getting students ready with vocational skills, professional skills, and also getting them prepared with some of what will be curriculum based, right? They'll need preparation prior. The transition program will, you'll see here, there's a couple of highlights we wanted to share. It is very, first and foremost, this will be very helpful with post-secondary education preparation and planning, depending on the student's pathway, if they're planning for college or career afterwards, where our goal is to help them prepare for either one of those pathways. The employment and professional skills, as I mentioned, that's a goal to work on first semester, so that in their second semester, they're out and into those opportunities in the local community. We have started and are continuing to grow, similar to the other schools, our partnerships with local businesses, local nonprofits. As Carly mentioned, we're located here at FAU Research Park, so there are several opportunities here in the nearby area. We'll also be focusing on generalization of skills so that these skills are transferable, whether it's in school, at home, or on the job. As we mentioned earlier, the academics and the content will be infused throughout their time at the job site. This transition program will offer mentorships at various levels. So students will have a mentor on the job, but also with them from the school when they go out into their opportunities. They will have one of the staff members with them. And then finally, this is all encompassing of that real world experience, because everything they learn here, they're going to get to apply on the job with this universal design for transition. So we're very excited about our upcoming transition program. And this will be for the high school students.
And the reason we're going to be starting it in January is because it's really important that first semester we not only get an inventory of our students' strengths and skill set, but we're also going into these different partnerships and getting an ecological inventory of what skills can we be working on there, what different tasks can they be doing, and also creating support groups for these businesses so that they know how to support our students. So parent communication is paramount. That's going to be, we really need to make sure that our parents are engaged, that we're constantly communicating with them, because whatever we're working on at school, we want to be carried over to the home as well. So we will be sending home communication logs daily, which has updates on what the students are doing throughout the day. If they experience anything, really just to keep parents informed. We're also going to be having progress reports, which will be done quarterly. We will send those home, as well as have meetings with them to go over their progress. We're also going to be providing report cards, which are similar to the progress report. So those will go hand in hand. And we will have parent-teacher conferences, not only to go over progress reports, but just to kind of hear about what's going on at home and just keep that open dialogue. And our enrollment process. So right now we are having open enrollment. We are accepting students for August 2023. We do follow the Palm Beach School District calendar. So we start August 10th as well. Parents can go to our website and apply online. And then the next step would be to conduct a a parent interview to see if it's a good fit on both ends. And then we would begin the intake process, which is a very thorough process. We're using the Ziggurat model. And this is evidence-based, and it's a 2-hour questionnaire with the parents, really to kind of find out about the student and hear any important information. And then we would contact the schools, hear from the schools kind of what's been going on, hear about their academic history, and then we would do our own assessment on the students when it gets closer to the school year and create a truly individualized plan. So we are going to be using various different assessments to determine their level of functioning in all different areas, not only in reading, but in math, science, social studies, as well as social emotional. And then, let's see. We are a private school. I didn't mention this earlier, but we are a private school. And we do have a tuition of $39,700, and we do accept the step-up funding. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, ladies. That was a great presentation. And thank you for sharing all of that with us. Are there any questions right now? It says
I see one question. We do have a flyer that we can share. I can have Dr. Sabato send that out to everyone. Houses 2 per month over the next 2 months. Our first one is actually tonight, if anyone wants to come, but we will attach the flyer for the open houses as well. And anyone is welcome to come. If you'd like to schedule a private tour, we'd be happy to do that as well.
Okay, great. I'll be sure to include the flyer and then also the open house schedule as well. I'll put that in the chat for everyone. And just one last reminder, if you would like to share your presentations here on the chat, to do that directly, this way everyone has access. So thank you, ladies, for that. And next, last but certainly not least, we have Kevin McCormick. And
Hey, good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
My presentation is actually going to be a little different than everybody else's based on my scope. So bear with me and.
Sure.
Okay. So I'm Kevin McCormick. I'm the Director of Exceptional Student Education here in the School District of Palm Beach County. My role is not only over all students with disabilities, but I also have 504 and school-based team and multi-tiered systems of support. So if we have any struggling learners or if students are struggling with behavior prior to becoming eligible as a student with a disability, that's also under my realm of responsibility to make sure that we're intervening and complying with state statute and local policy throughout the entire process. I also oversee all due process, state complaints, Office of Civil Rights complaints for the school district as a whole. Within my scope, I do have approximately 500 employees that report to me out of a total of 25,000 that are employed by this Palm Beach County School District. The scope of responsibility, actually, let me just go ahead and transition that into our mission statement. We ensure students with disabilities receive an appropriate educational and related services, leading to increased student achievement and successful post-school outcomes. Essentially, as you're all probably aware, based on being in this work, we provide a free, appropriate public education as required by federal law under IDEA. So that being said, this is historical. So you see specifically for autism, you see a 4-year trend here. So the yellow you see down the bottom, which is the smallest, is our 3- and 4-year-olds, students specifically identified with autism. And you can see over time steady growth, but more specifically for this school year, it's growing even more. Based on need. We're seeing a lot of families come into us earlier, which is a beautiful thing. And we're able to evaluate and identify as they're 3 or 4 years old and transition them directly into programming, or at least write an IEP so they can access services elsewhere based on the parents' choices. So then you see two other lines. You see the blue and you see the red. The blue is the autism intensive services that we provide, which are self-contained, typically self-contained classrooms with some inclusion opportunities. And then ASD moderate, which are students who receive services for their autism eligibility, but are serviced out in the general education setting with supports. So right now, our ASD moderate, we have at this point with the 1,769 students in the intensive program, we have 232 classrooms district-wide, elementary, middle, and high. And then for the moderate, which we currently have 903 students, we have 104 classrooms out in our schools, elementary, middle, and high. Down here for the 329 students, we have 42 classrooms throughout our demographic, our geographic area, from Boca to Jupiter to South Bay, Belglade, and Canal Point. We're providing services throughout the county. So our current state. We do have child find responsibilities with state-defined eligibility criteria. Our goal is to identify, especially for autism, as soon as possible. As soon as we see the signs and symptoms, we work with our teams to be able to identify and place in a program, of course, for early intervention. We do provide programs across the county using evidence-based practices, supporting their individualized education plan to match their specific need based on the data we have available. That data consists of intervention data, both behavioral and academic, but also anecdotal and from parents as well as teachers, formal and informal. Collaboration with community, of course, our partners with Center for Autism and Related Disabilities. I saw Dr. Quinn Lenny on the call. We value that partnership, especially in the area of autism, and specifically their focus on identifying students who are Latinx, but also Black and African American. We, of course, have a strong partnership with Early Steps to make sure that those children, the babies who are identified early from birth to 2, that we have them transition seamlessly into our program at the age of 3 with an IEP. Professional development, we have our in-house autism endorsement classes. All of our teachers are certified teachers in the content areas as well as ESE. And then we also, for our self-contained courses, are required to have our teachers have an additional autism endorsement. We do have our Grow Our Own program. So it's a course program that we wrote and was approved by the state for us to be able to have cohorts of teachers go through. Typically takes them 2 years. They take those courses, and when they complete those courses, ultimately they get their autism endorsement on their certificate, their Florida teaching certificate. We provide behavior training based on the principles of applied behavioral analysis. Proud to say that we doubled our, and I know some of you who have a behaviorally focused site are probably laughing and surprised, but we have 2 BCBAs, just increased that allocation and doubled it. We now have 4 BCBAs to be able to help support our most intensive needs, students with those needs, but also programs to be able to serve the students with those needs. We also maintain contracts with companies to be able to provide direct services to students based on those needs. If we don't have staff to be able to service an IEP, especially in the area of behavior, we have a contract with a company who is able to work with us collaboratively to be able to provide those services. The reason why I took a moment to talk about behavior is because behavior has increased not only for students with autism, but behavioral concerns have been increasing for a lot of our students, especially those who have struggled to be able to socialize and be exposed to the community over the last, 3-4 years. We see unique needs with those students and families, and we are increasing parent services and supports to be able to provide their parents training to be able to make sure that there's a seamless support and wraparound service between us and the parent, but also getting community agencies involved if additional supports and services are needed. Of course, we're providing professional development around core academic curriculum and intervention services and support. Our core academics are both for general education standards. We, of course, follow the best standards in the state of Florida. And we also, our students with autism also get to benefit from our advanced coursework with AP, ACE, Cambridge, and other advanced studies, depending on the choice programs they may want to get involved with district-wide. So we also provide for the more intensive services, access points instruction. Access points is the modified curriculum approved by the state based on the federal criteria for us to be able to approximately 1%. The goal is 1% for the state. Therefore, our goal as a county is 1%. The last time I checked, we were at 1.5%. And this is not only students with autism, this is a total amount of students with cognitive impairments throughout the school district who are on access points standards and also take the Florida Standards Alternative Assessment, which just completed last Friday. So we do have inclusion opportunities. We have many middle schools and high schools, and I'm not quite going to say all, but we're close and have expanded this program greatly over the last 5-6 years. Peers Partners is an elective course, and it can be an advanced high school elective course to be able to get our best and brightest to be able to work with our students with disabilities. There are some model programs out there. I'm just going to call out Palm Beach Central, Park Vista. They are 2 high schools that have fully embraced the Peers as Partners program and truly established an inclusive model in climate on their school campuses. So students with any difference or challenge is able to feel welcome and connected to their peers. We also have transition programs, and I heard a lot of the programs, both charter and private, talk about that today. I'm not going to go into specifics because each program has its own model as far as what specific partnerships they have in the community. As a system, we have school-based programs. We have some hybrid programs where there is some time on a school campus working daily living, self-care, and life skills. But also our goal is to teach kids how to become more and more independent. So they're accessing community transportation and accessing events and volunteer opportunities, as well as employment and pre-employment options. The most excited I am with one of the programs is our community-based transition program, where students have the opportunity to be full-time in the community, navigating, working. We have job coaches in with them, and we expand these programs as much as we can based on need. And the same as all these other programs, we're expanding them as much as we can based on need. This last point here is, I guess, my role for all of you. I am the LEA, which is the local education agent. In partner for all non-for-profit private schools who have a contract with us, but also for our partner charter schools, 2 of them we heard of today. The involvement of me and my staff in those schools is based on need. We have specific requirements that we have to follow based on various criteria and policy and statute. But outside of that, especially throughout the pandemic, where we just kind of had to pivot and move in a different direction, we were able to, with many schools, work collaboratively through those times to be able to make sure we're doing what's best for kids. So looking towards the future, as you saw within that graph on the 3rd slide, the population for students with autism is increasing exponentially. And I'm going to go ahead and just show you, I'm going to go off script a little bit, actually, wrong one. This is our student information system. So this is real-time data. This is the school district of Palm Beach County. So this is the entire school district, and these are all the different eligibilities, 14 different eligibilities that we offer And mind you, I want to highlight, this is specifically for students with, this is their primary exceptionality. Many students have various exceptionalities or several, and then we list one as primary. K right here is specific learning disability. That's our largest population. L is our second, gifted. Now, I love our gifted population, but that is not where my heart is. My heart is for students with disabilities. And often when I talk about the number of students I serve, it's not so much the gifted population as the students with a primary exceptionality with what we define as a disability. This last one, P right here, this next one, this is autism. So we have 5,352 students in our program. Now, I do have to mention that is not all in public school. If a student is at a school under a Florida Empowerment Scholarship, they are enrolled in the school district, signed a student ID, and they would be captured here, as well as students in charter schools. They are also in our student information system. So as you can see here, autism is our second highest population when it comes to primary eligibility. So the challenge keeping up with the numbers and expanding programs from year to year is also keeping up with the technology. So we really focus on making sure that we keep up with the latest technology, both low tech and high tech, to be able to provide structure, consistency, and access to curriculum and programming, and more importantly, their community. Inclusion opportunities are a priority for our school district. Specifically within our schools to build that school climate, but also to include students into the community through transportation, employment, and housing. And then, of course, Child Find, I talked about that early on for our students who are 3 to 5 years old. All of our students with autism at that age get what's called a team evaluation. So you have a case manager that's teacher certified. You have a speech and language pathologist, as well as a school psychologist doing a comprehensive evaluation to be able to have all the components required to establish that eligibility for autism. And that's it. I'm not going to get into the challenges, but I wanted to give the brief highlights and overview of the ASD programming.
Thank you so much. That was, I have to tell you, I loved all of the presentations today. I think that we have a huge challenge ahead of us because we are trying to fill the gap on so many different levels. And I think that SNAC really lends itself to helping us unite and collaborate together. If you wouldn't mind, I'm actually, whoever shares their PowerPoints, if you'd like to send it to us, then we can send it out. If you don't want to put it in the chat, I can have our Director of Communications send it out. And then this way we can all go back, refer to it. But are there any questions right now for any of the presenters, or to just throw out some challenges that we have been faced with, so we could start that dialogue? I think that's important. I do have one question, Kevin, for you. After the students, what's the general population? What does your population do after they graduate from high school? Generally, what happens?
So we have, it depends on the need and the functioning level of the student. We do as much as we can, even in our center school, for students with more profoundly impacting disabilities at the Royal Palm School. We do as much as we can to make sure, and I know this is taboo, but we're not graduating kids to the couch, right? We want to make sure that if kids are not establishing the skills to be gainfully employed, that we are establishing access to their community to have meaningful participation within their community through volunteering or through community engagement based on their interests. So But so that's the most severe and profound, which is, if you ask me as a community, our biggest task, and really how SNAC was created was based on the research study done by a couple partners, mainly FAU CARD from my recollection. And throughout that study, our biggest gap was employment, transportation, and housing. So I think here we are, and Mary Ellen can probably correct me, but I've been in this for 10 years. We did that, I think, 2 years in. So it's been 8 years now. And if you ask me, we still struggle. We have a lot of resources here in Palm Beach County, but we still struggle with transportation, housing, and employment for our disability population.
I couldn't agree more. I couldn't agree more. Dr. Lenny, would you like to respond to that?
Kevin's right. At one point, we had work groups that we were working on and making some progress in different areas. And I know I'm still on the respite committee. That's one of the committees that's still going. But I think housing is definitely a need, and employment obviously is still a need. And thank you, Kevin, for the credit, but it was actually, remember, it was the special ed department. FAU CARD came alongside, but it was,
right.
it was, I'd like to take the credit, but Dr. Brady, remember, was instrumental in working with Sharon and this whole, getting the community involved and the many focus groups and so forth, so.
No, it's, you know, that this is a topic also that just lies very close to my heart, because I have a daughter who's 26 who graduated to the couch. And so as we're here, you know, she's at home, and this is part of my passion, because I feel that we need to fill the gap and be proactive. You know, she's nonverbal and non-ambulatory. So when you were talking about those severe individuals, that's that area that, you know, I personally am very interested in, but I am grateful to see all of these incredible programs that are up and running now, because the one area that I can tell you that I struggled with was when she was very young, you know, where to send her. So it really is joyous for me to be able to see all of these different programs right now active and running, and, you know, providing those services to those other families. And, you know, we seem to be on a really great trajectory right now. You know, personally, it's what can we do for those other individuals? And then when we talk about housing, that's something I think perhaps we can discuss that at another SNAC meeting, because that's where we really need to collaborate as well. But I know that we have a new school, the Boca School for Autism, and I'm delighted. I don't know if anyone else has their cameras on, and all of these other programs, Potentia, you know, the fantastic presentation that Anne did before, and also Melissa and Pam. I hope I didn't leave anyone out, but we can really unite and help one another and refer whoever doesn't fit into our particular program to someone else. And that's where I think that we can help these individuals and their families. So hang on, any other questions? Allie has, so Nicole is actually sitting with me because I can't see everyone's face. So if you have a question, can you please just call out, and you can feel free to unmute yourself.
Hey, everybody, it is Allie. So I'll just be really brief, because I did get an email and they wanted me to go over my program real quick, but I'm a real big fan of starting on time and ending on time, and I don't want to be the reason we don't end on time. But Family Network on Disability houses what they call parent training information centers, and those are directly written into IDEA. So Palm Beach is right in the middle of my catchment, and the last grant cycle, Penn grew from 10 counties to 12. We now go all the way up to Indian River and then hang a left and go as far north as Lake and as far west as Polk. So I now have Orange, Palm Beach, Broward, and Miami-Dade, 4 of the largest school districts in our state. And all 4 of those are within the top 15 of the country. But I also have Okeechobee, which is only 6,000 students in their entire county, which is one of Kevin's high schools, so what we do is we help the parents navigate the public and charter school system through IDEA. So if the organization is a private school and they don't receive any federal funding, we kind of just warm hand them off to the school district to see if their private school liaison can help them, but otherwise we step back. What I love about our organization is we have been around since 1985, and everyone from our CEO right down to the 8-hour-week administrative aide has a child with a disability. So, Kevin knows my story, but my son was given his IEP through a manifest determination in first grade after a principal tried to have him arrested. And he does not have autism, so we did not have the supports, but I leaned in real hard with the autism supports as the mental health community steps up. So, there's a lot of schools on here, but we work like the school district, all eligibilities. We also partner with Early Steps from birth through 22. Transition really has my heart because my son had a stress pass. So he wouldn't pull a Teresa Giudice and flip a table in the classroom. He got to walk out. Well, guess what? He's had 22 jobs since he graduated 4 years ago. That was no good. So now we talk about conflict resolution skills in both the community and the employment goals of the transition IEP. And everybody can use transition goals, but he's also earning his associate's degree this semester after 4 years. So it takes a little bit longer, a little bit more, but we just want to offer ourselves to you as a support. We work very closely with Kevin's team and Fiddlers. We provide our workshops in Spanish, English, and Creole. And if anybody wants us to come in and do, we have over 35 workshops on our menu. I can send that out. We'd be happy to do that. And I just appreciate the invitation to pop in today. I was just up in Okeechobee doing an intensive to some targeted case managers. So we're all over the place, but give me a call. We'll get you on the schedule.
Thank you so much, Allie. I hope I didn't skip over you. I wanted to make sure that I got everyone, all together. But all of this information is really very helpful. I'm glad it's recorded, and offering all of these different services to reach families and to help their loved one navigate life in the world of disabilities is something that that we can show and one another and help one another through these challenging times. Whatever services that we have, that's our responsibility. And so I thank everyone for coming today. You have a question. I see Kevin raise his hand.
Just one last comment. Because I work with all counties throughout the state of Florida. We are very fortunate here in Palm Beach County to have all of us with the programs we offer as choices for families, but several other that aren't here today who are also powerful within their own right in the programs they offer. The one thing or consistent theme I think I heard is everybody's full. Everybody has full enrollment, and we're always accepting more students, but the more we can work together, we don't need, if you ask me, to be competitive. I think competitive to the point where we drive each other to do better, but we all need to be working together to meet the needs of the students in our community. And I just, based on my experience, highly encourage all of us who are here today. So thank you for getting us together to collaborate with our partner agencies who are here as well, to be able to support our families, because I wish I could say things are looking like they're getting easier and better, but it seems that whenever we hope that that's happening, it just becomes more and more challenging. So as things become more challenging, I just encourage, if I can help in any way, please reach out. I welcome our new partners down in Boca. I wish you the best. If we can help in any way, just let us know.
All right, that sounds wonderful. And I really, to your point, and this is something that echoes constantly, whether we're advocating up on the Hill or we're communicating with one another, the most crucial point, and that you pointed out before, is that we aren't competing with one another. We're serving our community and we're serving it together. And however that looks like, or however that translates into our own individual organizations, being able to collaborate and embellish each other's programs and support one another so that ultimately we can serve the community to the best. So, all right, folks, I think that's a wrap up. Are there any last comments, questions, concerns, criticisms, compliments, anything? I have a huge compliment for everyone who did a presentation and for everyone who participated. So I cannot thank you enough. I'm sorry Carrie couldn't be here today. She's got big shoes to fill, but I hope I was able to support the group and to answer any questions and to help everyone, participate. So thank you. And I'd like to also extend just the idea, but I would love to have and host an event over at the Boca School for Autism to unite all of these independent organizations so that we can come together and maybe do like a huge roundtable in person. So I'm looking forward to that, and I wish everyone well, great health and happiness. I know BSA has an open house tonight, so I will see some of you there. And please feel free to reach out to me, and then we can continue the dialogue. Thank you. Bye-bye, everyone. Thanks.